Alice Springs, in the centre of Australia, is world famous for three things: Ayers Rock, 50,000 years of Aboriginal culture, and in the motor racing fraternity for whoop-de-doos.
What's a whoop-de-doo?
Hell.
I don't know, it's a little thing that you, when you go over, you go, do-do.
Something you keep going up and down, up and down, up and down.
Fairly exciting and very rough.
Something you'd be very careful on. You don't have them out here. Won't have them out there today.
Each Queen's birthday weekend, the Whoops shake, rattle and bounce competitors in the Finke, Australia's toughest, biggest, fastest and most richly rewarded desert race. This year's Finke is the 20th and the biggest ever. 250 riders and drivers will be going flat out over 440 kilometres through some of Australia's harshest and most isolated country. They'll be racing south from Alice Springs to the tiny Aboriginal settlement of Finke and back the next day. Dozens are in it just for the hell of it, but for some it's deadly serious. They want to be the fastest in the desert, win glory and take home the $20,000 prize. The reigning champion is Honda rider Randall Gregory, Alice Springs' own golden boy, winner of the race 4 times in a row.
I think doing my homework thoroughly on all aspects of the race is a major thing. As far as track knowledge and stuff, I mean, if you know where to back off and where to keep it on the gas, you get a good advantage over anybody else.
But this year, to add more sting to the race, local business people Suzanne and Harry Bitter, a veteran Finke racer himself, have imported a dark horse all the way from the US of A. He's Dan Ashcraft, multiple winner of California's legendary Baja 1,000-mile race and one of the world's best desert bike riders. Ashcraft is the kind of guy the media love, and vice versa. "I'll beat yous all" quickly became a well-known quote around town. There are few people in this town of 24,000 who are not part of the Finke Desert Race. Like hundreds of others, Bruce and Greg are taking a break from their everyday jobs. Today, they're getting ready for a mission.
Yeah, 8905. How do you read me, over?
Fine, Bruce, loud and clear.
That's good, yeah, you're coming in about 9 here, so okay, our radios are working good.
Elsewhere in town, personnel manager Terry is winding up his 9 to 5 chores for the big weekend.
Okay then, no worries. Yeah.
See you.
Thank you. Bye.
The first vital decision of the race is made off the track. The crucial starting positions for each class are decided in a draw. Lady Luck will determine how many riders a competitor will have ahead of him, how much dust he will eat, and the desert has millions of tonnes of it. Bikes will leave in waves of 4 riders, 1 minute apart. 4-wheeled entrants will start individually, also in 1-minute intervals. The question on everybody's lips: how will Dan Ashcraft go?
How do you think Ashcraft, the American's going to go?
No good.
I reckon Randall or Greeny's going to win for sure.
Who?
He's got a home. The local guys have got it sewn up.
I think Randall will beat him. Knowledge, local knowledge will win the day.
Everybody's saying it's Gregory.
Who?
Gregory who?
I think it's time for him to pass it on down the line. Share it a little bit.
Before he even swings his leg over his Honda, Ashcraft scores the first victory. He's drawn to start in the first wave.
Yeah! Oh, man.
For Gregory, and for his sponsor Gary King, the nail-biting goes on. Gregory ultimately draws the 5th wave, 4 minutes behind Ashcraft.
Hey, it's only 20 bikes. Well, 19.
What do you reckon, Randall?
Pretty average. It'll be all right.
Dawn on race day 1. The buggies prepare to lead the charge to Finke. Trevor Groudon from Whyalla, in a solo machine with a 2-litre Renault motor, is one of the hopefuls. He came second in 91. A 3.2-litre Porsche motor supplies the grunt for Doug McMillan's single-seater buggy. The driver from Moree, New South Wales, finished second last year. Bob Mowbray, with his wife Jeanette in the silly seat, comes from Riverstone in New South Wales. They have a 2.6-litre VW power plant in the back. It's their first start in the Finke. Hayden Bentley's rig, pushed along by a 2.7-litre Porsche engine, hits the first whoopties. The driver from Port Pirie in South Australia teamed up with Owen Lloyd-Wright. Gary Nicole has Neil Shegog as his navigator. Under the bonnet, if they had a bonnet, is no more than a 1600 Beetle motor. Yet in 1989 and in 1990, they won the race. The fast buggies have blasted through, but the slower vehicles are part of the Finke just the same. These home-built machines are the product of thousands of man-hours of ingenuity and improvisation. There are no less than 7 classes, right up to 4-wheel drives with 6-litre engines. The four-wheelers have a dream. One day they'll beat the bikes. One of them will become the fastest in the desert. But for now, the Finke belongs to the bike riders. "30 minutes to the start at noon, and more than 150 bike riders are staring the moment of truth in the face.
Don't try and anticipate the start. It's guaranteed you'll get hooked up on it and you won't get away. We'll give you a demonstration of the start so everyone's fully aware of the setup.
Come have it again. It was a bit rough, I haven't seen it. I'm going to be last away. They won't be working when I get up there.
Moment of truth. It's here.
Yeah?
Do my best.
How are you going to go?
I feel good right now. I just went out and warmed up a bit and feel really good. Bike's working good.
Randall, moment of truth. How's it going to go?
The morning didn't start off too well, but hopefully the rest of the day will go all right.
What went wrong?
Not a lot. Just a few little hiccups. We'll be right.
Hiccups indeed. Gregory and Ashcraft were warming up, pumping up their arms on a dirt track a short while ago. Gregory crashed, bruised himself severely and damaged his bike. That, together with his lousy draw, puts the local champion well and truly on the back foot. The American charges ahead in the dust-free air, the first rider on the track. Oops, Ashcraft's lack of track knowledge begins to show. The American is 40 kilometres down the track before Gregory gets the chance to give his bike a handful. Race times will be adjusted to take into account Gregory's start in wave number 5. But that doesn't compensate for the champion having to ride through the dust trail of slower riders ahead of him. Adding to this handicap, Gregory crashes heavily just 1 minute into his race.
Coupled with the crash earlier and then the crash in the race, well, that's it. It's my turn to have some bad luck and the desert gets me, sort of thing. So I was sort of ready to pull out there and then.
The Finke is the oldest river in the world, but it rarely flows. The question on everyone's mind, who's going to be the first to cross this last barrier on day 1? The crowd is waiting for Ashcraft.
Gregory, Randall.
Gregory's dust trail is well and truly settled as the American negotiates the Finke River. The 2-wheel track turns into a 100-wheel track in the dry riverbed. Deep sand almost defies steering. KTM rider Darren Griffith. He is second on corrected time. Stephen Greenfield, on a Honda 500, earns himself 3rd place on the starting grid next morning. Time for the top riders to take measure of their machines and the race.
I fell off about 2 k's from the start line. I ended up breaking the back brake lever off it, so I rode all the way down without any back brakes. So the disc is still not even hot. But other than that, it sort of went really well. Made it.
Well done.
Made it. Without killing myself. Crashed off once, went over the bars, smashed the pipe in. What was happening was I was bottoming out into everything. Whenever you bottom out at those speeds, it just puts you up in the air, and it was all I could do to hang on to it for 147 miles, or 220k. I had a good ride though.
Is that why you went over the bars?
Yeah, like a pogo stick, just big spring.
Chased Dan since his second fuel stop. He only must have pulled out about 2-3 seconds in front of me, and I chased him all the way, but had a bit of a get off in the river. Had a bit of a hard hole and hit it and come off. So. But a bit worse for wear again. My hands are sore again, but it'll be alright. I'll be on the way back tomorrow. I don't know what position, probably about 3rd, I'd say. So I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, it was very dusty. Had a few riders to pass. The track is a lot rougher this year. Yeah, found it a lot harder. Yeah, it was just a tough race all the way down.
Gregory, Griffith and Greenfield have relegated Ashcraft to 4th place.
Would it slowed it down a bit?
Nah.
No?
Nah. Just smashed my ego.
Everybody else too has a story to tell.
How did it go?
Oh, it's nice to be here, I think.
I don't know how them young blokes do it nowadays, I tell you. They just must have more balls. Gonna have another go? Don't think so. I think this is the last of the last again, but this is definitely it. This is supposed to be for fun, and so far we got here, so we're just going to get home now. In one piece for the party.
Amongst the 4-wheeled entrants, buggy racers Bob and Jeanette Mowbray score the best time, with a lot of luck.
Had a lot of offs.
Yeah.
Going too fast in the wrong places, yeah, but nothing serious, but yeah, extremely good race so far. But we had an oil line come off and we lost a bit of pressure. Well, it didn't rattle the engine, but It was well and truly down on power as far as oil pressure was concerned. But hopefully that was it.
For the hundreds of officials, the job goes on until every rider is accounted for.
Bike 276.
Emergency services volunteers are affectionately nicknamed Carrots because of their orange suits.
A secondary job is to keep the scores, which is what interests most people, but a primary job out here is to make sure that we know where everybody is for safety purposes.
Telephones are sparse along the racetrack, so Terry and his mates are using radios and satellite gear to keep tabs on the competitors. Greg and Bruce act as a sweep crew. They check the track for stragglers.
Roger on that, Rodinga. Can we now have a check on position 127? Over.
The Central Australian outback is unforgiving to anyone lost.
Come on, Bruce, give it a go, mate.
It's absolutely nothing down there between here and Finke, and at this time of the year it's usually freezing cold night.
Not bad, right, yeah.
Mainly for the safety of the competitors, we make sure that the track is kept clear and hopefully get to somebody who, if they are injured, rather quickly.
There isn't a single building in the overnight camp. Preparations for the race back to Alice Springs are happening under Central Australia's clear winter sky. An hour before sunrise, race day 2. On the race back, the bikes will start first.
We should be starting at 8:30, not 7:30. Sun will be up there a bit warmer.
Go away. What time is it?
8:30.
What?
You've missed the start.
Ah, go away. Looks good, huh?
How's it going to go this morning, Dan?
How's what?
How's it going to go?
I don't know. I hope good. I hope better. I'm gonna push it harder, that's for sure.
Yep, ready to go. I have to chase him now.
Mate already had the PT.
You going to catch him? Oh, I don't know, it's going to be hard. It depends on what happens to Randall, whether he has a flat tyre or run out of fuel. It'd be nice, but can only wait and see at the end.
The reigning king of the desert, Randall Gregory, blasts north, back towards Alice Springs, in the clean, cold morning air. Further back, Griffith has his work cut out. Long shadows obscure the whoopties. The KTM rider needs to close a 3-minute gap on Gregory. Greenfield is a further 2 minutes behind. Ashcraft is in 4th place. Is he really going to beat us all? But Randall Gregory never leaves the issue in doubt. Finishing in 4 hours, 1 minute and 3 seconds, he becomes the king of the desert yet again, for a record 5th time in a row.
Give him a big cheer, that's the idea. What do you have to do to beat this now? You must be saying.
Alice Springs rider Darren Griffith comes home 5 minutes and 30 seconds later. Fellow Central Australian Stephen Greenfield is 3rd. The American finishes 4th, 18 minutes behind Gregory. What does that make of his super confidence before the race?
When they told me they did 220k in an hour and 50 minutes, I thought it was a road race.
Program, you were going to come out here to give the 3 locals a run for their money. What do you say now?
Yeah, well, I got my butt kicked. Maybe next year. I'll train hard and come back next year.
And as for the butt kicker...
It was good to pass him on the way down there yesterday. It made it a bit interesting. I don't normally get to pass many blokes, and passing him was a little bit of a bonus. But, it was good.
The finish for the buggies is incredibly close. After 440 kilometres of punishment, Bob Mowbray and White Jeanette are first across the line, just 5 seconds ahead of Glenn Owers and Brent Hill.
There you go, Bob. Had it. Absolutely had it.
5 seconds, mate. We never seen him till the last probably 10 k's out, and I just been going as hard as I can, and I just couldn't do anything else about it.
Good to be finished. I thought we were never going to get to the end.
The Mowbray's machine is hanging together by a thread.
That's what holds the back wheel on. When we first come out, heavy load of fuel, just hitting the whoop-de-doos as fast as we could, because we knew Glenn would be behind us going for it, so we just give it everything. And it broke. And we carried it for quite a while. But thank heavens it held out, only by 5 seconds, but...
The buggies have fought a great battle, but even the indomitable Mowbrays were more than half an hour slower than the fastest bike. The Finke still belongs to the two-wheelers and to Randall Gregory, undisputed king of the desert.